What do you want to do first?
X for x to the power of 4 minus x squared minus 90.
Whatever this middle term is, that's what your factors are going to be in your parentheses. So if I were to rewrite this and I said, okay, solve this equation, could you factor that?
Yeah, it'd just be x, guess that'd have to be plus, or no, yeah, it would be plus. I don't know what the number would be. 9, yeah, and then x minus 10.
Right, because you're looking for two numbers that multiply together to give you the last number, and two numbers that add together to give you the middle number, right? So those gives us our numbers. So the only thing that changes here from this one to that one is I just put squares there because squares are my middle term. You can't factor this because you get imaginaries unless she wants you to get imaginary numbers. Did she mention that?
No.
But you can factor this one because this one is a difference of two squares.
So,
That's not a perfect square, but I can put a square root in front of it, right? So I can do this, x minus root 10, x plus root 10. So now that's completely factored.
why can't you do that for x squared plus 9? Can you do x?
Because it's plus. So you would get x plus 3i and x minus 3i. They can become imaginaries.
Okay.
But for what you're trying to do, because you're going to be going back to doing trig with this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So she wants to make sure that you know how to factor because you're going to be factoring trig functions soon. So just remember that if these powers are crazy, look at the middle term. The middle term is going to tell you what the powers are going to be in the parentheses. So now that you know that, give me another one to do.
343m cubed plus 216.
343?
Mm-hmm.
M cubed?
Mm-hmm. No, plus 216.
Okay, so this is the difference of, or the sum of two cubes.
Mm-hmm.
This is a perfect cube. That would be 7m.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get that, I just take the cube root of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is a perfect cube. If I take the cube root of that thing, and that's going to be 6. So you have to do SOP, same, opposite, always positive. So the formula for it is a cubed plus b cubed is equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So if this is your a and that's your b, finish it out for me.
7m plus.
What do I got to do to the a?
Oh, you're already up there. All right, so then it would be b squared, so 7m squared.
You got to square the 7 too.
49 m squared.
Then you multiply the two of them together.
Minus 42 m plus 36.
That's completely factored. She changed the resolution and everything on this thing. You know, messed it all up. All right. What's the next one?
648x cubed minus 1029.
1,029.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I don't know what perfect squares are that. That looks like there's an 8 maybe there, or 16 maybe in there, or maybe So, do you have a calculator?
Of course.
Can you take the cube root of that for me?
648. It's like 8.6 something.
There's no cube root in there?
Yeah. And then for the other one, there's no cube root for that either.
Okay. Can you take 1029 and divide it by 3?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get?
343.
You get 343?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take 684 and divide it by 3?
Mm-hmm.
What do you get?
216.
Look at that! Okay, so I got a GFC in here. So if I factor a 3 out, tell me the two numbers that are left.
You would have 216x cubed minus 343.
And those are two perfect cubes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would my A be?
Your A would be 6x cubed.
6x.
6x. Right.
And what would my B be?
Minus 7.
And then I'm going to finish factoring it. So what's A squared?
A squared would be 36x squared, and then plus 6 times 42x plus, no, always positive, plus 49, right?
Booyah. And honestly, you should always be looking for a GCF first anyway, if you don't recognize the cubes. So we found the GCF.
All
right. I'm going to pause this.